our discussion on responsibility. Class, let's continue our discussion on responsibility accounting. In responsibility accounting, it's also very important to know how to properly allocate costs among responsibility centers, especially sa mga investment centers, because they're evaluated based on operating income. And we know costs affect operating income. Okay? Now, in practice, we have three acceptable methods of cost allocation. Ang tawag natin dyan, service allocation methods. We have direct method, step method, and reciprocal or algebraic method. Okay? Para mas mag-gets yung concept, let's have an illustration. For example, class, ito yung office natin. May company tayo. So, we have one office and meron tayong factory. Okay? Separate sila. Now, sa office natin, iba-ibang departments yan, but let's say merong payroll department, merong HR department, and may IT department. Okay? Sa factory naman natin, basically, syempre, dyan tayo nagmamanufacture, okay, nagpo-produce. And si payroll, si HR, and si IT, ang tawag natin sa kanila, these are your service departments. Bakit sila tinawag na service departments? Because nagpo-provide sila ng service or support to other departments. Si payroll, siya nagpapasweldo ng mga laborers natin sa factory. Si HR, siya nag-hire ng mga laborers natin. Si IT naman, pag may involved na technology dun sa production natin, siya bahala dyan. Okay? So, yung service departments, sila yung nagpo-provide ng support sa production departments. So, may dalawa tayong departments. Service departments and production departments. Now, yung service departments na yung class, nag-i-incur sila ng costs. Alright? Siyempre, yung payroll, HR, and IT, may mga costs yan. And ang goal natin dito, paano natin properly i-allocate yung costs na yan to the production departments. Gets? So, yun yung goal natin. Now, again, may three methods. Direct, step, and reciprocal or algebraic. Doon muna tayo sa direct method. Pag sinabing direct method, very straightforward. From service departments, diretso i-allocate natin yan to production departments. Okay, later, magsasagot tayo ng handouts, papakita ko sa inyo kung paano yan. Listen lang muna for now. Now, pag sinabing step method naman, class, kino-consider natin yung other relationships. Okay? For example, si payroll, hindi lang naman si laborers yung pinapasweldo niya, nagpapasweldo din niya ng HR, nagpapasweldo din niya ng mga IT people. Okay? So, kino-consider mo din yung services na pinoprovide ni service departments to other service departments. That's why, pag step method, from service departments, allocate mo sa service departments and production departments. Ganyan mangyayari dyan. Doon naman tayo sa reciprocal or algebraic. Well, ito yung pinaka-accurate na allocation method. Ang difference ng reciprocal sa step, ganito yung class. Sa step method, ang kino-consider mo lang, for example, si payroll, pinapasweldo niya rin si HR, pinapasweldo niya rin si IT. Pag sinabi mo reciprocal, kino-consider mo din na si payroll, pinapasweldo niya si HR, pinapasweldo niya si IT. Si HR, nag-hire siya ng payroll, nag-hire siya ng IT. Si IT, nagpo-provide siya ng technology services sa payroll at kay HR. So yung reciprocal, ibig sabihin yung relationships ng lahat ng service departments, kino-consider natin. Okay? So later, again, sasagot tayo dyan. So lagay ko na lang dito, considers the reciprocal services among the service departments. Okay? O, sige, yan muna. Apply natin para mas malinaw. Let's go to problem number 7. Okay, problem number 7. So, problem number 7, basically, direct method and step method. Pakita ko muna kung paano siya. Let's read. Vishal Corporation has 3 production departments, A, B, and C. It has 2 service departments, administration and personnel. Okay, meron tayong 2 service departments, meron tayong 3 production departments. I-allocate natin yung cost ni service to production. Okay, administration costs are allocated based on the value of assets employed. So, encircle mo yun. Si administration, ang gagamitin natin is the assets employed. And personnel costs are allocated based on the number of employees. Assume that administration provides more service to the other departments than does the personnel department. Okay, so binigyan tayo dito. Meron tayong service department, meron tayong production department, direct costs, and employees and asset value. Question 1, using the direct method, what amount of administration is allocated to A? Ayan, so basically, questions 1, 2, and 3 about direct method, 4, 5, and 4 to 7, step method naman. O, gawin natin both. Sige, gagawin ko sa number 7 class, no? Doon muna tayo sa direct method. So, direct method. Okay, direct method, allocate natin si administration muna. Si administration, sabi dyan class, paano natin i-allocate sa administration? Based on assets employed. Okay, so ganito gagawin ko dyan. Tama ba, meron tayong tatlo na production departments, A, B, and C. How much yung cost ni administration? Nakita mo ba yung 900,000? Yes, so 900,000 times. Okay, so add natin class lahat ng asset value ng production departments. Okay, so tingin ka dun kay ABC asset value, 300,000 plus 150,000 plus 800,000. Nakuha mo ba yung 1,250,000? So yun yung gagamitin natin denominator. So ulitin ko, yung asset value, total mo sa ABC, 300,000 plus 150 plus 800, 1,250,000. So kay A, gagawin ko dyan, 900,000 times 300,000 divided by 1,250. Okay, kay B naman, 900,000 times 150 over 1,250. Kay C, 900,000 times 800 over 1,250. Okay, o yan. Ganyan yung direct method of allocation. So, 900,000 times 300 divided by 1,250, you should get 216,000. Very straightforward, ganyan lang. 900,000 times 150 divided by 1,250, you get 108,000. And then, 900,000 times 800 divided by 1,250, you get 576,000. Okay. Doon naman tayo kay personnel costs. So, personnel, sabi dyan, sa personnel, we allocate on based on the number of employees. How much yung cost na personnel? Doon tayo kay ABC. Well, yung total niya is 350,000. Compute natin class yung number of employees ni A, B, and C. 15 kay A, 5 kay B, and 10 kay C. So, 15 plus 5 is 20 plus 10, 30 in total. Okay, allocate natin. So, kay A muna tayo, 350,000 times 15 over 30. Kay B naman, 350,000 times 5 over 30. 350,000 times 10 over 30. Okay. So, 350,000 times 15 over 30, you get 175,000. 350,000 times 5 over 30, you get 58,333. And then 350,000 times 10 over 30, you get 116,667. Okay, so ganyan siya kapag direct method. Alright, so sagutin natin. Question 1. Using direct method, what amount of administration cost is allocated to A? Administration allocated to A. Answer mo dyan, 216,000, letter A. Question number 2, using direct method, what amount of personnel cost is allocated to B? Personnel to B, 58,333, letter dog yung sagot mo dyan. Question number 3, using the direct method, what amount of administration cost is allocated to C? 576,000, letter A. Okay, so pag step method, sobrang simple lang, okay? So diretso lang, from service department, allocate to production departments. Let's go to step method naman. Sir, ano difference ng step method? Sa step method class, a-allocate mo din si service department. Kino-consider mo yung relationship ng other service departments to other service departments. In this case, paano sir malalaman dyan? How do you know if ang i-allocate mo muna is si administration or personnel? Usually class, ang first na i-allocate mo, remember this yung first na i-allocate mo is the one with the highest cost. So, lagay ko dito. Yung first na i-allocate na service department, yung merong highest cost. Okay? Ngayon, tingin ka dun sa last sentence dun sa given. Nakalagay, assume that administration provides more service to other departments than does the personnel. So, ibig sabihin, dito, si administration, i-allocate mo kay personnel and the production departments. Not the other way around. Hindi mo i-allocate si personnel kay administration. Si administration ang i-allocate mo kay personnel. Okay? So, ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. Punta kay administration. Again, isasama mo na dito si personnel department. Okay? Personnel department, A, B, and C. Okay? Service department and the production departments. Now, asset value, tama, yung basis natin. Isama mo na ngayon si personnel department sa pag-compute ng asset value. So, add natin yung asset value ng 4 departments. Personnel, 600,000. Si A, 300,000. Si B, 150,000. Si C naman, 800,000. Na-compute mo ba yung 1,850,000? Yes? Okay. So, allocate natin sa administration. Meron siya 900,000 ng cost times 600 over 1,850. Tama? 1,850? Yes. Okay. Doon naman tayo kay A, 900,000 times 300 over 1,850. Kay B naman, 900,000 times 150 over 1,850. Kay C naman, 900,000 times 800 over 1,850. Okay, so compute natin class. 900,000 times 600 over 1,850. 291,892. Okay. 900,000 times 300 divided by 1,850. You get 145,946. 900,000 times 150 divided by 1,850. You get 72,973. And then last one, 900,000 times 800 divided by 1,850. You get 389,189. Okay. So, ang mahalaga dito, class, dito sa step method, kinonsider natin yung service ni administration to personnel. Pero, hindi natin kinonsider yung service ni personnel to administration. Gets ba? Now, sa reciprocal method naman, kinonsider natin yung service ni administration kay personnel, kinonsider din natin yung service ni personnel kay administration. Kaya tinawag na reciprocal. Okay? Sige. Now, ulitin ko lang ha, paano sir malalaman kung sino yung i-allocate natin? May sinasabi sa problem yan. If hindi sabihin sa problem, the one with the highest cost. Okay, so sagutin natin. Question number 4, using step method, what amount of administration is allocated to personnel? Administration personnel, 291,892, letter boy. Question 5, what amount of administration is allocated to A, 145946, letter C. Question number 6, step method, administration cost allocated to B, 72,973, letter A. And administration allocated to C, 389,189, letter A. Okay, letter A. Sige. So, for number 7, or problem number 7, class, basically direct and step method yan. So, hopefully, na-gets nyo yan, ha? Okay. Doon tayo sa problem number 8. Pag na-follow nyo yung problem number 8, ibig sabihin, gets nyo na yung cost allocation methods. Sa problem number 8, sasama na rin natin yung reciprocal and reciprocal method, or also called algebraic method. Sige, so, i-erase ko muna kasi kailangan natin ng enough space for the last problem. Problem number 8. Okay, question 1 is direct method. Question 2 is step-down method, or step-down or step method. Question 3 is reciprocal method. Okay, Ayana Marine Inc. is exploring ways to allocate the cost of service departments, such as quality control and maintenance, to the production departments such as machining and assembly. May dalawa tayong service departments, quality control and maintenance. Mayroon tayong 2 production departments, machining and assembly. The controller of the company has provided the following information. Okay. So, binigyan tayo ng information about all the departments. Yung first row, basically yun yung cost na incur nila. Si quality control nag-incur ng 350, maintenance 200, machining 400, assembly 300,000. May machine hours, may direct labor hours, may quality control hours, and maintenance hours. Okay, so yan yung binigay sa atin na table. Sige, dun muna tayo sa direct method. Number 8, direct method muna tayo. Let's see kung paano gagawin natin dyan. Allocate muna natin si quality control. Pag direct method, ulitin ko, service, diretso kay production department. Si quality control, i-allocate natin class. Allocate natin siya kay machining and assembly. Okay. So class, how much yung quality control cost? Nakita mo ba yung 350,000? Okay, 350,000. Now, punta ka dun sa 4th row. Punta ko dito. Punta ka sa 4th row. Nakalagay sa 4th row, budgeted hours of service of quality control. Iyan yung number of hours na pre-provide ni quality control sa lahat ng departments. Okay, punta ka doon. Now, ignore mo si maintenance kasi si maintenance service department din yan eh. Ang i-consider mo lang si machining and assembly. Kasi pag direct method, hindi mo ina-allocate si service department. So, mag-focus ka lang dun sa 21,000 hours and 7,000. 21 plus 7 is 28. Tama? So, gagawin ko dyan, 350,000 times 21 over 28. And then 350,000 times 7 over 28. Okay? So, computin natin. 350,000 times 21 over 28, you get 262,500. And then 350,000 times 7 over 28, 87,500. Ayan, that's how you allocate quality control to the two production departments. Doon naman tayo kay maintenance department. Maintenance. Okay, si maintenance, punta ka naman dun sa 5th row or yung last row, nakalagay dyan, budgeted hours of service of maintenance. Iyan yung hours na pinovide ni maintenance sa lahat ng departments. Siyempre, mag-focus na tayo kay machining and assembly, 18,000 plus 12, 30,000 yan. So, si maintenance, ang binigay niya kay machining, 18 over 30. So, add natin. So, 200,000, allocate natin, times 18 over 30 para kay machining, 200,000 times 12 over 30 for assembly. Okay, 200,000 times 18 over 30, 120,000. And then 200,000 times 12 over 30, you get 80,000. Okay, so actually kasi madali lang naman mag-allocate. Siguro dapat lang mas mabilis kayo mag-compute, no? Okay, so compute natin yung total. So yung total na na-allocate to machining is 262,500 and 120,000. So 262,500 plus 262,500 plus 120,000. Total is 382,500. Okay, ito yung total. And then for assembly, 87,500 plus 80,000. So you get 167,500. Kaya class answer natin dyan is letter A, 382,500 and 167,500. Okay, so using direct method, A yung sagot natin. Sige, punta naman tayo sa step method or step down method. Pag step method, mag-allocate tayo sa other service departments. Okay, paano natin malalaman, sir, kung sino i-allocate natin? Again, the one with the highest cost. Sino yung higher cost? Quality control or maintenance? Obviously, si quality control. Si quality control, 350,000. Si maintenance, 200,000. So, ganito gagawin ko diyang class. Si quality control, i-allocate ko yan sa tatlo. Maintenance, machining, and assembly. Okay? So, tingin ka dun sa row number 4. Okay? Row number 4, yan yung magiging basis natin. So, doon mo tayo kay maintenance. 350,000 times, si maintenance 7,000 hours, times 7 over, ang total niyan, 7 plus 21 plus 7, yung total is 35,000 over 35. Okay? 350,000 times 21 over 35, yan yung para kay machining. 350,000 times 7 over 35, that's for assembly. Okay, 350,000 times 7 over 35, you get 70,000. 350,000 times 21 over 35, you get 210,000. And 7 over 35 din to, so that is also 70,000. Okay, so nakapag-allocate na tayo sa service department and nakapag-allocate na tayo sa production departments. Now, next step natin, si maintenance, pwede na natin i-allocate kay machining and assembly yan. Okay? Now, si maintenance, originally, meron siyang 200,000. Tama ba? 200,000 sa given. Ngayon, nag-allocate sa kanya 70. Plus 70, therefore, ang i-allocate na ni maintenance is 270,000. I-allocate niya to machining and assembly. Does that make sense? Okay. 270,000. Tingin ka dun sa last row. Last row, tama ba? 18,000 hours kay machining, kay assembly 12,000. So 18 over 30. Siyempre, huwag ka na mag-allocate kay quality control. Kasi pag nag-allocate kay quality control, ang tawag na dun, reciprocal or algebraic. Okay? So, ayan. 270,000 times 18 over 30 and 270,000 times 12 over 30. Okay, let's compute. 270,000 times 18 over 30, you get 162,000. 270,000 times 12 over 30, you get 108,000. Okay, so how much yung total na na-allocate to machining? 210 plus 162. Add natin yan. 210 plus 162, you get 372,000. And then, kay assembly naman, 70 plus 108. So that is 178,000. Sagot natin class, letter A, 372,000 and 178,000. Okay, that's how you do step method or step down method. Okay, dito tayo sa, well, ito yung, I think, pinaka-complicated na sa 3 methods. The reciprocal or also called algebraic. Now, tinawag siyang algebraic because literally, mag-a-apply tayo ng algebra. Ganito naman class yung tatandaan mo dyan. Dalawang steps lang yan actually. Reciprocal method, step 1 dyan, solve for x tayo. Okay, solve for x. Parang algebra lang. Step number 2 natin dyan is allocate natin. Yan na, yan susundin mo. Solve for x and allocate. So just familiarize yourselves with the methods, step by step, para sa reciprocal method. Okay? So ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. Kuha muna tayo ng equation, solve for x. Dalawa lang yan, si quality control and si maintenance. Ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. Si quality control, yung cost niya, quality control is equal to, meron siyang 350,000. Tama? And then, i-consider natin yung i-allocate na ni maintenance kay quality control. Okay, ha? Nasaan yun? Well, tingin ka dun sa last row. Tama ba si maintenance nag-provide ng 10,000 hours kay quality control? So, ang ma-allocate kay quality control is 10 over total is 40 ni maintenance. Does that make sense? Okay? Si quality control, meron siyang 350,000 na na-incur na cost. Plus, si maintenance kasi may na-provide sa kanya ng 10,000 hours. 10 over 40 ng cost ni maintenance, mapupunta kay quality control. Okay? Class, ano ba yung 10 over 40? Tama ba 0.25 yan? So, 0.25 na lang para decimal gawin natin, wag fraction. So, ibig sabihin, 350,000 is equal to 0.25 m. Tama? Okay. Si maintenance naman, meron siyang 200,000. Okay? And then, pag titingin ka dun sa fourth row, merong 7,000 hours na po-provide sa kanya si quality control. Therefore, 7 over 35 quality control or QC. Class, ano ba yung 7 over 35? 7 divided by 35, 0.2 na lang ha, 0.2. So, ditin ko, si QC, ang equation natin sa kanya, 350,000 plus 0.25 m. Si maintenance naman, m is equal to 200,000 plus 0.2 QC. Okay, so solve for x tayo. Or ibig sabihin, solve for QC and m. Ulitin ko, just familiarize yourselves with the step by step para sa board exam. So, ang gagawin ko, si m, papalitan ko, substitute ko to. Tama? So, ang gagawin ko dyan, QC is equal to 350,000 plus 0.25. Ngayon, si m, ito siya, tama? Ayan yan eh. 200,000 plus 0.2 QC. Ayan. So, ganyan ang nangyari. Next na gagawin ko dyan, solve for QC. So, QC is equal to 350,000 plus 0.25 ng 200,000. 200,000 times 0.25, 50,000 plus 0.25 times 0.2, 0.05 QC. 0.05 QC. Okay, so far so good. Konting algebra. Okay, so solve natin yung QC. So, 1 to, tama? 1 minus 0.05. 1 minus 0.05. 0.95. So, gagawin ko dyan, 350 plus 50, 400,000 divided by 0.95. 400,000 divided by 0.95, you get 421,053. Okay, so yung value ni QC is 421,053. Makukompute na rin natin si M. Ito yung si M, eh, tama? Si M is equal to 200,000 times plus 0.2 ni QC. Ang nakompute natin si QC, 421,053. Therefore, M is equal to 421,053 times 0.2 plus 200,000. Okay, 284,211. Okay, so sagot mo dyan, 421,053 and 284,211. Letter A yung sagot natin. Okay, 421,053, 284,211. Yan ang sagot mo, A na. Pero what if, itanong sa atin dito, how much yung total cost ni machining and ni assembly? Papakita ko lang sa inyo kung paano, ha? Okay, so ganito gagawin natin yung class. Kaya may step 2 ako dyan, allocate. So ganito gagawin ko dyan. Puprove ko lang sa inyo, pero ito na yung sagot natin, ha? So meron tayong quality control, meron tayong maintenance, okay, machining and assembly. Okay, ano yung mga cost nila? Given yan, 350,000, 200,000, 400,000, and 300. Given yan, nasa first row sa table natin. Okay, so allocate natin si quality control dun sa lahat ng departments. So, gagawin ko dyan, 421053. Okay, allocate natin yan sa maintenance, machining, and assembly. 421053 times 7 over 35, tama? Ito. Times 7 over 35, you get 84211. So, 84211. And then 421053 times 21 over 35, you get 252632. And then, si A naman, 421053, and then, times 7 over 35, 84211. Okay, so, na-allocate na natin to. Si machining naman, i-allocate natin. 284211. 284211. Allocate natin kay quality control. 284211. Multiply natin by 10 over 40. Ito. Tama? Times 10 over 40, you get 71053. Allocate natin kay machining. 284211 times 18 over 40 times 8. Ulitin ko. So, 284211 times 18 over 40, you get 127895. And then, 284211 times, last one natin kay assembly, times 12 over 40, you get 85263. Okay, so after all allocation, tingnan nyo class mangyayari ha. 350,000 minus 421053 plus 71053, you get 0. 0 na si quality control. Maintenance 200 plus 84211 minus 284211, 0 na rin si maintenance. So, na-allocate na, fully allocated. Pag tinanong sa'yo, how much yung total cost ni machining, add mo lang, 400,000 plus 252,632 plus 127,895, you get 780,257. Okay? Si assembly naman, 300,000 plus 84,211 plus 85,263, you get 469,474. Okay? So, ayan. Pero ito na yung sagot natin na in-expand ko lang. Pre-move ko lang sa inyo. Though hindi na to relevant din sa problem natin itself. Basically, sagot mo dyan is letter A. Okay? So, ayan. So, hopefully, nag-gets nyo class yung direct method, step method, and reciprocal or algebraic method. Let's go to our theory questions. Class, balik tayo dun sa question number 25. Meron lang akong correction dito sa 25. 25. Indirect costs should not be allocated. So, lagay mo yung word na not. Should not be allocated. For all of the following reasons, except. So, kung merong not at may except, ano daw yung reason bakit tayo nag-allocate ng indirect costs? Tama ba, class, pag sinabi mong indirect costs? Ano yan eh? Uncontrollable yan eh. Tama? Dapat hindi natin kino-consider yan sa performance evaluation natin. Tama? Ngayon, to motivate managers, nag-allocate ka ba ng uncontrollable to motivate managers? No. So, X na yan. Hindi natin sagot yan. B, determine the full cost of product. Actually, yun yung tama. Boy yung sagot mo dyan. Kasi class, kapag full cost or yung cost ng product, well, lahat ng variable yan and lahat ng fixed. Whether controllable or uncontrollable, hindi important sa atin yan. Tama? Kasi yung cost ng product, yan yung basis ng selling price mo. Dapat yun yung ma-recover mo yung cost ng product. So, yung concept ng controllable versus uncontrollable, hindi yan applicable sa cost ng product. Okay? So, boy na yung sagot mo dyan. Letter C, motivate general administration. Again, yung uncontrollable cost na yan, hindi yan pang-motivate. So, mali din yung C. Dog, compare alternatives for decision making. If you remember, yung incremental analysis natin, yung uncontrollable or yung unavoidable fixed cost, hindi mo siya kino-consider sa decision making. So, mali rin yung dog. So, sagot mo dyan is letter boy. Okay? Final answer natin. Kino-consider mo lang yan to know the full cost of the product para ma-recover mo from your selling price. Boy. Okay, so, let's go to number 26. The criteria that are most often used to decide on allocation basis. Ito. So, direct, step, or reciprocal. Boy yung sagot mo dyan. Benefits received, fairness, and causal relationships. So, yun yung mga factors na kino-consider natin. Boy. 27. Which of the following is a reason for allocating service departments and thereby motivating management? Ganun pa rin, dog, reflects usage of services on a fair and equitable basis. Parang illustration ko kanina, service departments, nagpo-provide ng support yan sa production departments. Dapat properly, equitably or fairly ma-allocate natin yung cost to these departments. Let's go to number 28. Which of the following is not a method? Step, yes. Indirect. Wala yan. Oh, boy, sagot mo. Wala yan. Direct meron, algebraic meron yan. Boy for number 28. Number 29, the overhead allocation method that allocates service departments without consideration of services rendered to other departments. Direct method yan. Okay? From services, service department to production departments. 30, which service department cost allocation method assigns indirect cost after considering some of the relationships? Step method yan. Okay? Sir, bakit some? Bakit hindi all? Parang yung kanina. Okay? Kanina, ang kinonsider mo lang si quality control kay maintenance. Pero si maintenance kay quality control, hindi mo na consider yan. Kaya some relationships lang. Yes, step method A yung sagot natin dyan. Okay? 31, the most accurate method for allocating service department is algebraic or reciprocal, letter C. 32, which service department cost allocation method provides for reciprocal allocation of services among the service departments? Algebraic method, letter A. Okay? Pag reciprocal or algebraic, kino-consider mo si quality control, yung na-provide niya kay maintenance, at si maintenance, yung na-provide niya kay quality control. Kaya reciprocal. Okay? So, letter A. 33, 34, and 35 about balanced scorecard yan. Sir, ano ibig sabihin ng balanced scorecard? So far, sa napag-aralan nating class, kanina yung meron tayong mga performance evaluation measures, ROI, yung residual income, economic value added, lahat yan financial, ito rin, yung service allocation, lahat yan financial measures. Okay? Amounts lang yung kino-consider natin. Now, in practice, kino-consider both yung financial and non-financial measures. Ang tawag natin dyan, class, is the balanced scorecard. Again, for balanced scorecard, both financial and non-financial. Or basically, mga quantitative and qualitative factors, kino-consider natin in order to evaluate the managers. So it means, using the balanced scorecard, this is more holistic. Okay? Kasi hindi lang yung amounts yung kino-consider mo. Okay? Pati yung mga qualitative factors. And the balanced scorecard also is a basis for the future performance of the managers. Okay? Pwede rin natin basis yan. Now, again, pag balanced scorecard, both financial and non-financial. Ngayon, meron siyang 4 areas or perspectives, ang tawag dyan. So, areas or perspectives kung saan nagko-concentrate yung balanced scorecard. Kaya siya tinawag na balanced. Okay? 4. Tandaan mo lang to. Financial, customer, internal process, and learning and growth. Isa-isahin natin class, mabilis lang. Financial, well, kanina na-discuss natin. Ito yung mga ROI, ito yung residual income, yung EVA, and so on and so forth. Okay na tayo dyan. Pag sinabing customer, i-analyze din natin class, kamusta ba yung pricing natin ng product natin? Okay? Kamusta ba yung quality ng product natin? Kamusta ba yung customer service na napo-provide natin to the customers? So, pag sinabi mong customer perspective, point of view ni customer. So, related sa pricing, sa quality, and customer service na napo-provide natin to our customers. Pag sinabi naman ng internal process, basically, ito yung sa production. Okay? So, i-check natin. Efficient ba yung production natin? Wala ba mga bottlenecks or mga delays? Ano pa? Baka may mga breakdowns yung machines natin, and so on and so forth. So, kamusta yung pag-deliver natin sa mga customers ng mga products nila? Yun yung internal process. I-check din natin if nagiging efficient ba yung performance or yung operations natin. Okay? So, learning and growth naman, ang focus nito class is on the development of the employees. So, titignan natin, meron bang enough na trainings, okay, para sa mga employees, para mas ma-develop yung skills nila? Okay? Properly monetized ba? Or properly compensated ba yung mga employees natin? Meron ba silang sufficient na sick leaves and vacation leaves? So basically, learning and growth, more of employees. Okay, ulitin ko lang. Ang concept ng balanced scorecard is mas holistic na evaluation ng mga managers. Hindi lang financial yung tinitingnan dito. Titingnan din natin yung customer, yung process natin, and yung employee, which is learning and growth. Okay? So yan lang siya. Let's go to number 33. A primary purpose of a balanced scorecard is, okay, punta ka dun sa C. Yung balanced scorecard na yan, pag na-analyze mo yung 4 perspectives na yan, ma-evaluate natin ano yung magiging future performance ng mga managers. Letter C, managers, a way to forecast future performance. In a balanced scorecard, number 34, measurements should be directly related to, punta sa letter A, organizational strategy and value. So again, nandito pa rin yung siyempre pa-prioritize natin is the benefit of the company as a whole. Ang tawag natin doon is goal congruence. Okay, letter A. 35, last item, customer measures on the measures should be internal, external, monetary, and non-monetary. Actually, yes, and yes. And lahat yan yes. Bakit, sir? Yung financial is more of internal yan. Tama? Lagay ko dito. Internal yan, yung financial. Yung customer naman natin, more of, more of external. Tama? Si internal process natin is, well, internal yan. Si employees natin, internal yan. Alright? So, pati internal, external, using balance scorecard, na-evaluate natin siya. Yung financial, yan yung monetary. Tama? Customer, internal process, learning and growth, lahat yan, non-monetary. Okay? So, ang sagot natin dyan, class, yung sa balance scorecard, lahat yan mini-measure natin. Internal, external, monetary, and non-monetary. Okay, so that's it. So, balance scorecard, lang yan. Theory lang yan if ever lumabas yan sa board exam. Okay, so that's it for responsibility accounting.